Guys, I woke up this morning fed up because the NFL hates us. They made us the new face of their concussion protocol. Teddy Bridgewater should have been allowed to re-enter the game. He wasn't. Everyone around the league is counting us out after 2 straight losses. You know what? The new motto is Dolphins versus everyone. DVE. I want to see DVE spam down in the comment section. The person that comments it the most will get a shout out in the next show. Go type DVE down in the comments. Dolphins versus everyone. Dolphins Today is presented by Manscaped. They have a great deal on the Platinum Package right now. You can get 20% off plus free shipping if you go to manscaped.com and use promo code Dolphins. We'll tell you more about that Platinum Package later on in today's show. Welcome into today's show, Dolphins fans. It is Overreaction Monday. I am Will Scott. This is the first Overreaction Monday after loss because I was out of town last Monday after the loss to the Bengals. So this will be interesting. Definitely a lot to discuss after the atrocious game yesterday against the Jets, a 40-17 loss. It was the second straight loss for the Dolphins. So is it time to panic? I think a lot of Dolphins fans right now might be panicking because we were 3-0. Now we're 3-2. It's an overreaction. We should not be panicking right now. You have a lot of injuries on this team. I'm confident this team will get back on track. And you do look at the upcoming schedule. It is very doable. You have the Vikings. Yeah, that's going to be tough in Week 6, but it is home. Then you have the Steelers, who suck at home. Brian Flores has come back to Miami. There's no way we lose that game. And then you go to the Lions, to the Bears, and then you play the Browns at home. So those are 5 games that are all very winnable games here, especially if you can get healthy, but that's the issue. You're not healthy right now. You got to get healthy. You don't have Tua Tagovailoa. You didn't have Teddy Bridgewater in obviously majority of the game yesterday. Xavien Howard is out. Your offensive line is banged up. Terron Armstead left yesterday's game in the first quarter. So it's a lot of adversity right now. There's a lot of adversity on this Dolphins team, and it's up to Mike McDaniel to lead this team through adversity. And there's a lot of national media pundits that are like, oh, well, you know, McDaniel's a great coach. They were saying this when we were 3-0. Oh, he's a great coach, but does he have the personality that it takes to lead a team through adversity? Because, you know, he's this fun, outgoing guy, but can he get this thing back on track? I think he can. I have a lot of confidence in our head coach, but we're going to learn a lot about Mike McDaniel these next few weeks. What's going to be the Dolphins' record in their next 5 games? Go down in the comment section. Again, very doable schedule here in the next month or so. I would say 4-1. I think the Dolphins are going to have a very good month of October here to do in terms of their next stretch of the season. Now, Skylar Thompson made his NFL debut yesterday. It unfortunately did not go great, but should you be giving up on him after one game? No, this is a complete overreaction. You're talking about a rookie 7th-round pick making his NFL debut. Here were the numbers yesterday for Sky. 19 of 32, 166 yards, no touchdowns, 2 turnovers, 1 interception, 1 fumble loss. I actually thought the lost fumble was more of his fault than the interception because on the lost fumble, he didn't lose it on the hit. He lost it as he was being spun to the ground. Interception, his arm kind of got hit as the ball was being released. In Thompson's defense, he did not have any first-team reps in practice. That makes a significant difference in terms of prepping for this game. So he comes in after the first play when Teddy got hurt in the first play. No first-team reps for Sky. That's something to consider. And probably the most important thing to consider here, no offensive line. He was under duress all game. There was people coming from all over. Skylar Thompson had no time at any point in this football game, and it was in his NFL debut. I promise you, if you go back and you look at all these, Hall of Fame quarterbacks and their debuts, a lot of debuts don't go great, right? This is Skylar Thompson's NFL debut. He's a rookie 7th-round pick out of Kansas State. This is the guy that gave the draft pick an F that is defending Skylar Thompson right now after his NFL debut. So my defense of him is legit. You know what also is legit? That'd be the Platinum Package at Manscaped. And let me tell you what, guys, they're calling this Fresh Ball Fall, and it's the season of pumpkin spice, so you got to make sure your crotch looks nice. You can do that with the Platinum Package. Here's what the Platinum Package comes with. The Lawnmower 4.0, the Weed Whacker Nose and Ear Hair Trimmer, also going to come with the Ultra Premium Body Wash, Ultra Premium 2-in-1 Shampoo and Conditioner, also going to come with a travel pack as well, and the Crop Reviver Ball Toner. So everything you need, you can get with the Platinum Package on sale right now, $123.99. Go and pick it up during Fresh Ball Fall. And if you go to manscaped.com and use promo code Dolphins, you can get 20% off plus free shipping. Go and take advantage of this great deal. If you're a dude, a Manscaped, all their products are a must-have. You can get all those good products with the Platinum Package. Moving on now to my next topic here. The NFL's new concussion protocol is problematic. Yes, this is accurate. Imagine yesterday if when Teddy Bridgewater got pulled out of this game. Let's say that was Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes. Imagine the outrage on Twitter. Here's what Ian Rappaport said. Dolphins QB Teddy Bridgewater was ruled out due to the concussion protocol, to be specific. He passed the tests administered by docs, but due to the new adjustments to the protocol and based on what the spotter saw, he was ruled out. So what this comes down to is not the doctors that are actually evaluating him. It's the spotter that's probably way up in the press box or somewhere on the field. Barry Jackson said this. Mike McDaniel said Bridgewater had no concussion symptoms, but a spotter saw him stumble, so he immediately enters concussion protocol and ruled out because of yesterday's rule change. Unfortunate coincidence that this happens to the Dolphins. Again, DVE, Dolphins versus everyone. Well-intended rule opens up a can of worms. Barry Jackson, absolutely right. This rule opens up a can of worms because you have one person that's saying, oh, wait, I saw him stumble. There's a chance he has a concussion. He cannot come back in this game. I'm all for the NFL making the game safer. I really am. The concussion protocol needs to improve, but one person cannot have that much power. You're talking about the doctors that are actually evaluating him in the locker room that have no say if he can come back in this game. But the spotter that's probably way up in the press box or somewhere in the stadium said, oh, he looked a little bit wobbly getting up. He probably has a concussion. Just because you're wobbly getting up or you stumble, that does not mean you have a concussion. Football, there's a lot of hits. You're not gonna be getting up easily every single hit you take. Look, again, I'm all for the NFL making the game safer, but having the independent spotter saying you can come back in or you can't come back in is going to be a massive issue. And I promise you, if this ever happens to Patrick Mahomes, God forbid, the NFL will reverse the rule by halftime of that football game. I can promise you that. What is your one-word reaction to the new concussion protocol? I'm all for the NFL making strides to improve the concussion protocol, but this is not the way to do it. Having an independent spotter have that much power, go down in the comment section. Let me know. It is the pinned comment on today's video. So when that break comes, chime in down in the comment section. I want to hear from you. Let's talk about Josh Boyer. I know a lot of us are pretty frustrated with Josh Boyer after we allowed 40 points to the freaking Jets yesterday. But is Josh Boyer on the hot seat? No, this is an overreaction. We're still very early into the season. We're 5 games in, but the defense has not been good this year. Take a look at this. I was actually surprised when I was prepping for the show how bad these numbers are. So scoring defense, 29th in the league out of 32 teams, 26.2 points per game. Rushing defense, 14th in the league. Not good, not great. Passing defense, 26th in the league. And then total yardage, 25th in the league. That's bad. That is really, really bad. And I get it. The defense is banged up. But you still have a lot of talent on this defense. And to rank where they're ranked right now in total yardage and passing defense and scoring defense, it's inexcusable. And Josh Boyer's got to get this thing back on track defensively. And if he doesn't, he could be in trouble. He's not on the hot seat right now. It's way too early. But if this defense continues to struggle, Josh Boyer's in big trouble. So is the offensive line. The offensive line is in big trouble right now. And are they to blame for the loss? Yes, there's a lot of blame to go around, but this is accurate. The offensive line could be, in terms of who's the most to blame, it could be the offensive line. Take a look at these PFF grades, folks. Oh, my gosh, this is so bad. Brandon Shell's Dolphins debut, a 45.3 grade. Eichenberg, 48.7. Eichenberg, by the way, is the worst-rated guard in the league. Connor Williams, a 55.9 grade. He was terrible yesterday. Robert Hunt, thank goodness for Robert Hunt. Imagine if we did not have Robert Hunt. Robert Hunt's been one of the best guards in football this year. He had a good day yesterday. Greg Little, again, not good. A 46.1 grade. And guys, this is why I ran about the offensive line all offseason, because I know they were not doing enough. That Chris Greer was not doing enough to improve this offensive line. He signed Terron Armstead. He signed Connor Williams. Yeah, Outside of that, he did not do enough, and not to mention Connor Williams not even playing the position he's best at, that is guard. Again, this is why I was complaining about the offensive line all offseason, why I'm so passionate about it, because I knew that if they did not seriously address the offensive line, that our quarterback was going to get hurt. Now, 2 of our quarterbacks are hurt, Tua Tagovailoa and Teddy Bridgewater, and now Terron Armstead. You look at his status is unknown for their next game. He left the game yesterday against the Jets with a toe injury. That's been an injury he's played with the last 3 weeks. This is the first time we saw him have to leave the game because of it. That's alarming. How frustrated are you about the offensive line? Scale it 1 to 10 down in the comments section. For the second straight season, the Dolphins have one of the worst offensive lines in the league. Go down. Let me know how you feel about the offensive line. I'll tell you how I feel about Chris Nowinski right now. Is he a fraud? And Chris Nowinski is the neuroscientist who has a big Twitter following that was spreading misinformation on Twitter and on TV after the Tua Tagovailoa injury. This is accurate. Chris Nowinski is a fraud. Not only is he chiming in about the Tua injury now, he's now chiming in on how the Dolphins are calling plays. If we could get that tweet up on screen, Patrick Seaman. Chris Nowinski is now chiming in on how the Dolphins are calling plays here. Here's what he said. Dolphins QB Tua Tagovailoa is out with a concussion. Backup QB Teddy Bridgewater is now out and in the concussion protocol. So in this, he quote tweet a video here. So Mike McDaniel runs the reverse with his only healthy QB as a lead blocker. Sorry, this guy still doesn't get it. So he was criticizing Mike McDaniel for playing Tua against the Bengals. Now he's criticizing his play calling. Chris Nowinski, man, I know you play football. Players got to block. I don't care if you're the kicker, the quarterback, you're eventually going to block. So Chris Nowinski, man, has used look, here's the thing. I do not respect people that use a negative situation to try to push their personal brand. And that is exactly what Chris Nowinski has done here. So he said Tua had 2 concussions. He went on TV, he went on YouTube, he went on the radio, he went on social media and said Tua had 2 concussions against the Bills and the Bengals. That was not true. So he was spreading misinformation for days leading up to the NFL investigation wrapping up, saying that the coaches and the medical staff should be fired for what happened to Tua Tagovailoa. The investigation found that the Dolphins coaches, the Dolphins medical staff followed protocol. There was no wrongdoing within the Dolphins organization, and that Tua was not concussed against the Buffalo Bills. But after this investigation wrapped up, Chris Nowinski, the fraud that he is, has not apologized to the Dolphins organization. Instead, he's now ripping the way they call plays. I'm honestly proud of Dolphins Twitter because Dolphins Twitter is going after this guy. If you look at his mentions, he's getting ratioed badly by Dolphins fans, so it's good to see. I was really the first Dolphins fan that was kind of calling this guy out. But when you go around and you spread misinformation and you have 60,000 Twitter followers and you're going on TV and you're saying all this about the Dolphins organization, it's just so wrong. And quite frankly, if I'm on the Dolphins medical team, I'm suing him for defamation. Guys, go down, subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/Dolphins News. Going to keep you guys posted because there's a lot of injury news to discuss leading up to this big game on Sunday against the Minnesota Vikings.